I don't know what I'm going to do next. So, okay, so I grew up in a small town in Western Massachusetts, and for us in the United States, there's an immense amount of media bias. There's an immense amount of media bias. Like, I was saying that we consider the BBC leftist socialist propaganda. If a CNN producer, like, read The Guardian, I think their head would explode. Like, I don't know what they would do with themselves. And so, the next poem was called The Do's and Don'ts of Palestine, and what I tried to do was attack a lot of double standards and stereotypes in my work. And basically, like, there's a lot of things you can say, and then there's a lot of things I can't say. So this is the do's and don'ts of Palestine, because you don't want to be too brown, you don't want to be too angry. I mean, you are Arab, it is post 9/11, it's only been 10 years, and you do live 100 blocks from ground zero, so we got to be sensitive for the times. And so this is a sarcastic piece basically attacking the bigotry and the media bias in the United States. And a lot of the poems, you know, everybody knows about Palestine again? Sometimes you have to preface pieces because there's a lot of, you guys all say you know. Fine. Southampton no, I'm in Southampton now. In Portsmouth, they were like experts. It's like, what the hell is going on? It's like PhDs in Palestine. Awesome. Hi. Oh, sometimes you write a poem, it's so angry, you gotta make it funny. This is this one. Don't call it genocide. We don't want to offend anyone. If we offend them, they'll never listen to us. We have to be reasonable. 1,400, just a number. No names, no death. We want peace and negotiations. Don't mention Zionism. If you mention Zionism, they're gonna call you anti-Semitic, and people believe them. Don't cite Palestinian sources. No one would believe you. I wouldn't believe you. Trust Israeli sources. Don't ever be angry. If you're angry, they're gonna call you angry. If you're angry, well, everyone's gonna call you understandably emotional. We have to be pragmatic. Pragmatism is not a euphemism for concessions, although it may feel that way. Don't mention Allah or martyrs. It reminds them of Al-Qaeda 9/11. It's not your job to fix their ignorance. Don't talk about refugees, boycott, or the one-state solution. If we want to win, we have to compromise. The road to peace is just ahead. Don't. Whatever you do, don't make analogies that include the Holocaust, Nazis, or the Warsaw Ghetto. Only Israelis are allowed to do this when discussing wars on Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, and Iran. Don't talk about Haifa, Jaffa, Safed, or where your family's from. But if you do, nod when random people say they love Israel. Doesn't matter where you came from, you can't actually go back. Don't. Just don't, and that will lead to doing.